Alright, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. We just finished a video on a delusional former champion, and we are going to do another one. I think that Alex Pereira is going to beat Israel Adesanya in their rematch. Well, in their fourth fight, but in their second fight in MMA. And partially, I think that it's because Israel Adesanya is incapable of acknowledging his mistakes and incapable of acknowledging that Alex Pereira may very well be a better striker than him. I'm going to give my reasons why I think all of this. But before we do, please like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I will thank you in advance because I'm Canadian, eh? So thank you very much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. Just that one click. I know it was a lot of work, but thank you. And don't be the kind of person that doesn't do the thing that they've already been thanked for. Guy, I'm uploading videos on a regular daily basis. And yeah, so thank you. Now let's get right into it. I think that Alex Pereira will beat Israel Adesanya. Okay? Again, a fourth time. Okay? And I don't care about their first kickboxing match. The problem that a lot of people have is they don't know the scoring criteria or the rule set of kickboxing organizations. Like, Glory changed their scoring criteria maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago or something to really prioritize knockdowns and damage. But before that, it may very well have been different. Like, you're going to need to go back and find the scoring criteria at the time when they fought the first time, right? Before you can make a judgment. Now, you can use MMA scoring criteria and say that Israel Adesanya should have won that fight, but that's dishonest. You got to use their scoring criteria. So, anyways, but much like Valentina Shevchenko, dude, Israel Adesanya is slightly delusional. And again, I'm going to give credit to Kamaru Usman, dude. And I can't stand Kamaru Usman. But the way that he handled his second loss to Leon Edwards almost made me like him until he started talking again. And then I went, oh, never mind. No, I don't like this guy. But he handled that loss very well. He handled that loss way better than Israel Adesanya did. But for whatever reason, Israel Adesanya was getting all this praise for the way that he handled his loss because he showed up to the press conference in a fucking mink or whatever it was, dude. In a fucking Cruella de Vil women's fur coat. And that's why he handled that loss so well, okay? So, weird, but okay. He literally continues to say that the reason why he lost is because he got kicked in the perennial nerve. And then he'll try to cushion that by saying, well, credit to him because he caused that. That's not what fucking happened. If you were having leg issues, it was not because he kicked you once on the perennial nerve with a lucky kick, essentially. It was because he fucking butchered your legs all the way from round 1 onwards, except for round 3. So, I hate that he won't acknowledge that, okay? It's annoying, and it's dishonest, and it's also gonna fuck with your ability to make adjustments. I don't like it. Dude, I was watching that fight back last night, and I was counting the leg kicks that Alex Pereira landed, and then when they showed the stats at the end of round 1, how many leg kicks they said he had landed, I was like, what? Because I counted that many in the first minute and a half. He was going to town on Izzy's legs. Both of them. He would switch stances. He would hit them both. Particularly, though, the left leg. He was going after that one pretty good. When Izzy would switch to orthodox. Now, dude, I don't like this idea. I've heard a lot of people say it, and maybe there's some people in my audience that agree with this, but I hear people saying that, like, Israel Adesanya is the better fighter or the better striker, but Alex Pereira just has the knockout power, so that Izzy has to be perfect for 25 minutes, whereas Alex doesn't. I call bullshit, dude. I followed Glory for a very long time. I would argue Alex Pereira, or Potato, whatever. Dude, whenever I say his name, like, the proper way, I think I'm saying potato. So, it fucks with me a little bit, but I would argue that Alex Pereira is a way better kickboxer. Based off of credentials, his kickboxing all of it, dude. And I don't like that people think because somebody is flashy and they throw cool techniques that they are a better striker or that they are more technical, okay? Just because you've got a nice question mark kick doesn't mean you're a more technical striker. Like, do you know what I mean? It's quite strange. But I would also argue that a lot of what would determine how good of a striker you are is your effectiveness. And Alex Pereira is very fucking effective with his striking. Okay, he knocks out most of his opponents. He knocks out extremely high-level kickboxers that would kickbox fucking circles around Israel Adesanya. Like, Israel Adesanya never became a Glory champion. Alex Pereira was a two-weight champion and was fighting the best kickboxers in the world on a regular basis. His leg kicks, his head kicks, all of them are fucking lightning quick with very little telegraph. Almost none. Like, that head kick that he threw against Izzy in the second round that just kind of caught him there with the toes was like a flyweight throwing a fucking head kick. It is unbelievable how fast he can get that leg up. And I also am sick of people talking about the weight cut. Everybody does it. This was not a narrative when Marvin Vettori fought Israel Adesanya because Israel Adesanya won. Marvin Vettori weighs more than Alex Pereira. I'm pretty sure he said that he walks around at about 230, 235. Same with Paulo Costa. But because Izzy won those fights, that's not something that we talk about. We don't go, oh, well, the weight cut, that's like sanctioned cheating. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not, dude. Okay? We've got the rules. He makes the weight. He makes the weight fine. Okay? He makes 185 easier than Darren Till was making 170. No one was calling Darren Till a fucking cheat. You know what I mean? There might be some people now who call him a weight bully or whatever, but he's not a fucking cheater. Okay? It's annoying. Again, it's annoying. Alex Pereira's been making 185 pounds for a very long fucking time, dude. He was the Glory middleweight champion before he was light heavyweight champion. If you can make the weight, you made the weight. Done deal. Nobody calls Conor McGregor a cheater for fucking looking like a goddamn skeleton at 145 pounds. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Shut the fuck up with that shit already, okay? That's annoying as fuck. And it's just excuses for Izzy. Man. But I think Alex Pereira is going to beat him again. And I think, again, as I said, partially because Israel Adesanya is not going to acknowledge the mistakes that he made. He's going to think that it's because of the peroneal nerve or whatever the fuck, which is not what happened. We've seen that happen. We know what it looks like. What went wrong with your leg? If anything at all, had nothing to do with a fucking peroneal nerve. I didn't see you rolling your ankle. You didn't have no drop foot, my guy. His footwork looked fine up until he got fucking rocked. Even after that check in the 5th round that sent him flying back or whatever, he did like a backwards somersault. His footwork looked fine like 10 seconds later. He was good. He was good. Stop making excuses for the guy. He lost. He's lost to this guy multiple times. And I also fucking hate when people complain about the standing 8 count that Pereira got in the kickboxing, because it's like, dude, again, different fucking rule sets. Okay? Different fucking rule sets. It's annoying. I would imagine that Israel Adesanya is going to come out there and be Israel Adesanya or some shit. Adesanya Megov. I think he's going to shoot way more takedowns. And I don't think he's going to fucking get him. Because the only reason why he got that takedown in the first place was because Pereira did a fucking bad takedown attempt. And Izzy reversed it. But when Izzy tried to take him down in, I believe, round 2, no doing, dude. Couldn't even fucking get it. Barely. It was like a sad attempt at a takedown. And then Pereira, of course, goes, well, I'm going to take you down now at the end of round 2. If Alex Pereira just doesn't fucking try that shit, Izzy doesn't get that takedown, round 3 might look very different. And, you know, besides I just fucking shook my whole desk, dude. Besides the moment at the end of round 1 for Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira was winning that round, and he also came back and won round 2 after being rocked, which is amazing. Dude, Alex Pereira is like the fucking way better kickboxer version of Charles Oliveira. He will get rocked and be like, don't care. Keep going forward. He literally does that. There were times when Izzy caught him with a right hand and the commentators were going nuts thinking that, he's going to get respect now. Nope. Just walks you forward, walks you down. Doesn't care, dude. There were also plenty of times where, and I think that this is another reason why I would pick Alex Pereira in this matchup. I think Alex Pereira has more, he's going to be able to improve more. I get that he's older, but he hasn't been doing MMA as long, and there are a lot of takeaways. There are a lot of things he can take away from that fight. And I think that there are more things that he can take away from that fight than Israel Adesanya can. There were so many left hooks that just fucking grazed by Izzy's face. Like, either barely touched or just fucking missed barely. And I know that we are not in kickboxing anymore, but if he was wearing kickboxing gloves, or if he was wearing boxing gloves, right, like the ones behind me, dude, those punches are landing. You got way more. So I think that he'll recognize that because he's a very high level striker, and he'll realize, oh, I just need to be fucking half an inch closer, or I just need to extend my arm out half an inch more, not as tight, get it, you know what I mean, loop it a little bit more. We're in MMA now, we're not in kickboxing. All of those punches would have landed. Now, whether or not they would have been knockout punches because they would have caught with the end of the glove, who knows, but they all would have fucking landed. Dude, I'm so excited for this fight. This fight to me is the most anticipated matchup in middleweight history because high-level striking is my shit, dude. I fucking love it. I love it. It's my favorite part of MMA. That's why I watch I don't even watch boxing, dude. I watch kickboxing because, one, I trained kickboxing for a very long time, and two, I think that it is much more indicative of somebody's actual like fighting abilities than boxing is, because I've talked about, I beat this drum all the fucking time, dude, but the way that guys will slip punches in boxing, it's like, bro, you get somebody that knows how to kick, you're out cold. Okay, I can't wait. And I think that Alex Pereira is going to be more confident. I think he's going to, man, I know this is all hypothetical, but like if he didn't get rocked at the end of round 1, who knows? Round 4, Izzy won, which was, it was on the feet, but it was after that very hard round of grappling. And yeah, Alex Pereira was tired. And you know what? This is something that's also very good about Alex Pereira. Fucking what, dude? Huh? Did you hear that? I'm a fucking mumble rapper now? That was crazy. He is very coachable. Like, he listens to his coaches. When they tell him in between rounds 4 and 5, you need to go get a fucking finish, he goes, okay. And then he went and he there were a few times when he went back to his corner and he was like complaining about shit. And I don't know if it was just a bad translation, because there's so many voices going on that the translator is trying to pick up things and then just say what he hears. But I don't, he would come back and he was like complaining about him hurting his legs at the end of round 1, and I went, Jesus, dude, you did way more damage to his legs. Like, is he actually complaining, or is this just bad translation? I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know. At the end of round 3, Israel Adesanya landed that fucking nice axe kick to close out the round. And he went back to his corner, and I remember hearing the translator, who was, I think, translating his coach, said, did it hit your chest? Did it hit your chest? So it seemed as though Alex Pereira was complaining about that as well. But the thing is that once the fight starts, that's fucking all gone for him, dude. I just whacked my hair back and forth, okay, dude? I'm fucking Willow Smith now. It's gone. He doesn't care. And, like, one of the lines that they said to him, this is a war. And he was just like, yeah, okay, this is a war. And he's like, yep, you're right. I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna go get this motherfucker. And he fucking did it, dude. Dude, you'd think my tongue is swollen today or some shit. I don't know what's going on. Man. But I don't think... So Israel Adesanya, one other thing, he's going to have to work a lot on checking the kicks. And I know that he checks kicks against the vast majority of opponents, but the vast majority of opponents don't have fucking kicks like Alex Pereira. He didn't check a single one in round 1. And a lot of the times when the commentators would give Adesanya credit for a good leg kick, Alex Pereira would have checked. It was checked. He checked so many fucking kicks. And another thing that he does is he keeps his front leg very light when he's at range, because he is a kickboxer and he knows that leg kicks are coming and he's getting fucking ready for them. And something that he'll do is I've talked about this with Jan Blachowicz. It's kind of like rolling a punch, right? Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. When Ankalaev was throwing those push kicks, Jan Blachowicz doesn't try to fucking stand there and like eat it. He just kind of like lets himself go back, because it's like rolling with the kick. It's the same way. It's the same as like rolling with a punch. Just fucking let it. You know what I mean? You take a bunch of the force off if you're not standing right there. When a leg kick is most effective is when you have a lot of weight on that leg. Alex Pereira keeps a lot of weight on his back foot when he's at range, and he's kind of like this, a knee bouncing up back and forth a little bit. he will get his leg up. Maybe he doesn't get it up to do a full, like, fucking shin to shin check. He'll get it up just enough that Izzy ends up kicking. Oh, pardon me. Hit my mic. Izzy ends up hitting his heel. And then Pereira kind of just lets his leg swing. And it's not like, in UFC 2, you would kick a guy and his fucking leg would get all fucked up and, like, go like that. It's not like that. He's letting it just kind of swing. And it takes a bunch of force off of it because you're not trying to fucking eat it, right? He does that very, very well. And he does it very often as well. Israel Adesanya did not land many very clean leg kicks on him. Now, one thing that Izzy can do that he had a lot of success with is the body kicks. But again, dude, he landed like 2 really hard kicks to the liver side of Alex Pereira, and Pereira went, okay, cool, dude. Like, fucking what? I ate my own liver for breakfast this morning, so I don't know what you're trying to do. Now, maybe Izzy can use that to set up a head kick. Like, Izzy is absolutely capable of finishing Alex Pereira. But I don't do to Alex Potato. I don't think that he's going to be able to. He is the fucking Easter egg statue, okay? It's hard to break stone. So, I don't know, man. It's a very exciting matchup. I can't wait. I want to say this before I end the video. Thank fucking God for Alex Pereira, because you know what he showed us, okay? He has not the same. I think he's got a very close reach to Adesanya. It would have been the least reach differential between one of him and his opponents, maybe other than Jan Blachowicz, but I can't remember what his is off the top of my head. But they're close in reach, right? Whereas Adesanya typically has a very large reach advantage over his opponents. That being said, though, Alex Pereira wasn't keeping it really at range. He was trying to get into punching range. He wants to land his left hook. So, definitely, some of the blame belongs on Israel Adesanya. But I think that what happened is after the rest of the middleweights watching Adesanya finish Robert Whittaker the way that he did, and then finish Paulo Costa the way that he did, I think a lot of the middleweights were terrified to fucking engage with him on the feet, which is why we had so many stinkers in a row, right? Yoel Romero was a weird one. I thought for sure Yoel was just going to fucking throw himself in the fire. By the way, I want to point this out too. Piss some people off. People who keep saying, and look, I respect your opinions. I'm not shitting on you. But people who keep saying that Bellator champions are on par with UFC champions, and they use Usman Nurmagomedov and Nemkov, the guy at light heavyweight, who's defending his title against a 45-year-old Yoel Romero. Okay, this is why I don't give Bellator champions the same level of credit that I do UFC champions. Usman Nurmagomedov just defended his title against fucking Benson Henderson. Bro, tongue swollen, don't know what happened, against Benson Henderson, who, in my opinion, and I'm sure in a lot of yours, would not even have a number beside his name in the UFC's lightweight division, okay? Nemkov is defending his title against Yoel Romero, who we saw shit the bed on multiple occasions in title fights. We saw him miss weight. He's 45 years old. That's fucking crazy, dude, okay? Until I see... And also, Usman Nurmagomedov, before he became champion, was fighting guys that were like fucking 12-8 and 11-6 and shit like that. Or 11-8 and 12-6, I think were the records. This is why I don't give them the same level of credit that I do a UFC champion. Yes, Johnny Eblin can look fucking fantastic against who? You know what I mean? And I know they've got a few good fighters over there. Gegard Mousasi in his fucking prime was a guy who I could have seen being champion at the UFC. But guys who had title opportunities and weren't able to get it done went over there to then become champions, and then they get to defend their title against guys who are not on the level of anybody in the top 15 in the UFC's. That's just my opinion, but I think that a lot of the fuck, I forgot where I was almost. I think that a lot of the middleweights were afraid of Israel Adesanya's power, and I think that that's why we had so many shit fights in a row. They did not want to be on his highlight reel, right? Which is just fucking annoying, because we could have had a lot of good fights. There are guys who very well could have beaten Israel Adesanya, and that's why I have a lot of respect for Robert Whittaker. Because even after getting knocked out in his second fight, he was willing to fucking engage, dude. And arguably, I think, He should have won that fight, but whatever. Alex Pereira went, I don't give a fuck. I'm coming at you and we're fighting. And it made it very exciting. And I would imagine, I'd put money on it. This fight's going to be exciting as well. I don't think we're going to see a fucking stinker fight ever again as long as... And you know what, too? Alex Pereira very well could give other middleweights confidence and being like, oh, yeah, he hurts you, but he needs more than one strike to finish you off. So as long as you're smart defensively, if he does rock you, you'll be able to survive, right? Because realistically, the Robert Whittaker one was weird. First of all, Robert Whittaker had fought 5 hard rounds with Yoel Romero. Took a lot of damage, especially in that second fight. A draw at best. I don't want to hear people saying Yoel Romero won that fight. I mean, you can say it if you fucking want to, but I think it was a draw at best. 1-10-8 round in there for Yoel, and that's it. Kind of like Stipe with Ngannou and then fighting DC. Also, Robert Whittaker was fighting like a fucking imbecile that first round where he got finished. But he comes back and fights with Izzy and is not afraid to mix it up with him. Gets tagged, keeps coming, right? The Paulo Costa one. He finished him off with that punch to the temple. But what people don't remember, because people use this as an argument for why Israel Adesanya is on steroids. My tongue just did that thing again. That's fucking weird. I'm not opposed to that opinion. He's got a tit. You know what I mean? He probably did take some steroids. That doesn't happen very often. You know what I mean? He's got a literal boob. Okay. He hit Paulo Costa with a nasty fucking head kick before that sequence that cut him open. Sent Paulo Costa from fucking one side of the octagon all the way back, trying to get away from him. And then he landed that grazing shot to the temple. He doesn't necessarily have one-shot knockout power. The only person we've seen him do that to is Robert Whittaker. So, I think that Pereira fighting with Izzy is going to give other guys more confidence to go in there and trade with him. Hopefully, anyways. I know for a fact that if Sean Strickland was fighting him, he's fucking not being afraid. You know what I mean? But all those other guys, it's like, fucking, come on, dude, go do something. So, yeah, the blame somewhat belongs with Israel Adesanya, but I think it also belongs with the challenger. And that's why I love Alex Pereira so much. He makes him fucking fight. He makes it exciting. It's going to be exciting again. Maybe we'll get a trilogy out of it. Who knows, dude? If Alex Pereira wins this, though, he better fucking go up and fight Jamal Hill. That would be incredible. I wonder if that's why they haven't booked Jamal Hill yet. They're waiting to see what happens here because they could have another double champ on their hands. And, dude, if we're being honest, I like Jamal Hill as much as the next guy, and I think he beats Yuri Prohaska. I think he beats a lot of guys. I think that there's a couple difficult matchups for him because there are better strikers than Glover. There are better strikers, technically speaking, than Yuri Prohaska, like Jan Blachowicz. I think that Alex Pereira could fucking very well knock him out and become a double champion, which would be incredible. And then I would hope he would retire because he's getting up there in age. He doesn't show it, though, man. He's fucking incredible. I love that man. Poetan, baby. Let's go. Okay, so, anyways, that's the end of this video. Like and subscribe. I'll thank you in advance. Thank you so much for your subscription. I greatly appreciate it. I know that click was very, very difficult to do. I hope that you're able to forget about it in the near future. And don't be the kind of person that doesn't do the thing that they've already been thanked for. And I will see you at the next video. Bye-bye.